Rath Yatra, right? Okay. So, who is going to tell me what is Jagannath Rath Yatra? Have you seen Jagannath Rath Yatra before? Okay. Vishwat has never seen. Okay. Nodded. Chanvi.
I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen it online.
Okay. So you have access to internet these days. Please try. At least you can watch online. Okay. Okay.
జగన్నాథ రథయాత్ర దేవుణ్ణి ఊరేగిస్తారు.
Okay. So yes, today we'll try that in this 1 hour session. What we'll cover the introduction to whose Rath Yatra it is, right? And then we'll move how this Rath Yatra started. And then we'll move how you can access that Rath Yatra in your country. Okay? If it is possible for you. Okay? So this is how we'll cover the whole introduction in just one session. So please be with us. Okay? And you'll enjoy a lot, I'm sure. Okay, so this session will be very joyous because the Lord, the form of the Lord for which we are going to talk, is Himself a very enjoyed deity. Like the Lord in this form, when He appeared in this form, He loves to enjoy the love of His devotees. Okay, so that Lord is known as Jagannath. What does Jagannath mean? Jagannath means the Lord of the universe. Okay, so what does the word Jagannath mean? The Lord of the
The
universe.
Lord of the
Universe.
One,
universe. The
yes, you
Lord
can
of the
repeat after me.
universe.
Lord of the
Lord of the
universe.
Lord of the
Great.
universe.
Okay, so have you seen the form of the Lord of the universe?
No.
Okay,
No.
Ryan has seen. Oh, Vishnu, then you have missed something very beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how does the Lord of the universe look like. Okay, so maybe when I show you the picture, then you'll recognize that I have seen him. I have seen him. Just that I didn't knew that what is his name. Okay, let me show you the picture now. Have you seen him somewhere?
Yeah.
Now tell me. Are you able to recognize him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Three of them?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I
in
never
our
knew that
Bhagavad
he know
Gita
that.
classes, in our stories, every time we call Krishna, right? We
Oh,
talk about Krishna, we
once.
learn about Krishna, what Krishna said. So, the black one which you are seeing at the very right hand side, my right or your right, we can say. So, he is Krishna himself because he is black in color, and we know that Krishna has a dark complexion. So, that's why the right deity is the Jagannath, okay? The other name for Krishna, okay? So, we know that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the supreme Lord. So the other name for Krishna is Jagannath, which himself the name proved that Jagannath means the Lord of the universe. That I am the proprietor of the whole world, whole universe. Okay, so he is Jagannath. And who is at the left side? Can anybody recognize the very left side?
Sorry.
Who is he? The white one?
Who is he? తెలియదు.
Hmm, think about it. If somebody is black in color, that is Krishna, because Krishna also means black, right? And the most attractive one, you can see he has huge eyes and he's looking at you, and you feel that after I switch, after I stop screen sharing, the image of Krishna will be there in your eyes. That oh, Jagannath look like this. Okay, so that's why he's the most attractive one. Okay, so on the very left hand side, you can see his elder brother. Now I have given you a clue. Tell me what is the name of Krishna's elder brother?
Ryan wants to tell, ma'am.
Okay, yes, Ryan.
Lord Balram.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, Lord Balaram. So when they are in this form, they are called as Baladev. He is called as Baladev or Balabhadra. Okay? The place from where these deities belong, they are called as Balabhadra. Okay? He is called as Balabhadra. So now the turn comes to the center one. Okay? To the center deity. What is the center deity is named as? Tell me. So let me tell you very clearly that she is female because you can see a beautiful nathani. I don't know what it is called in English, but yes, you can see a jewelry that is usually worn by women. Okay, so the center deity is a woman. Okay, a girl, a female. So who is she now? So let me give you another clue that she is the sister of these two. She is a sibling.
Krishna's sister.
Yes, indeed, she is Krishna's and Balramji's sister, but what is her name? Okay, so she's the most cutest sister ever, and her name is Subhadra. Okay, what does her name is? What is her name? Subhadra. Okay, so these three deities are known as Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. So we'll say one, we'll hail the Lord. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani ki Jai. We all have to say Jai. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani ki.
Oh, just
You can
Jai.
unmute and say. Yes. Okay, so now you have seen the picture. Okay, you are able to recognize each of them. That he's the right one is Jagannath, the left one is Balabhadra or Baladev, the Krishna's elder brother, and the center one is Subhadra, their sister. Okay, so does this question comes to your mind that we have seen Krishna in two-handed form and he is playing flute, okay, and he always stays with Srimati Radha Rani, his eternal consort. But how does he appear in this form? We are not able to get it that how does he have these big eyes, huge eyes, and how this form appeared, and why this form is very attractive and worshipable. Does this question comes to your mind? Okay, do you want to know how this form appeared? Okay, so let me give you a disclaimer first. The story is very long. If I'm going to narrate the whole story, it will suck our whole hour. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'll touch each story and we'll give you a short intro about everything, which like I'll touch every story, but still I'll cover only the main points. Okay, so that we could cover this session in 1 hour. Okay, so first of all, how this form of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra appeared. Okay, so we know that Krishna appeared in Dwapar Yuga, right? And right after he turned 11 of age, he he moved to Dwarka. Okay, Dwarka is his palace. Okay, his kingdom. Okay, and there he was the king. Okay, so when he moved to Dwarka from Vrindavan at the age of 11, he used to rule over the kingdom and all that. Mahabharata Yuddha also happened in Kurukshetra. He joined that also. Then he again went to Dwarka back. Okay, so at that time you have to listen it very carefully now, okay, because there will be many names you won't be familiar with. So please try to be with me and just don't remember the names, just try to understand the story, okay. So when Krishna was residing in Dwarka, when he used to sleep, na, so he he was crying. He started crying in the middle of the sleep, and he started screaming somebody's name, and he was calling, Gopis, oh Gopis, I miss you. Oh Radha Rani, I miss you. Please come to me. I want to come to Vrindavan. Oh Yashoda Mata, oh my mother. I am not able to live without you. Oh Nand Baba, I want to live with you. Okay, so this is how he was screaming in the middle of the sleep. Okay, so when his eternal consort, the Rukmani Devi, heard of this thing that she's the wife of Krishna, right? So when she heard that Krishna is crying, Krishna is the king of Dwarka, still he is crying. So it is not bearable. It was not bearable at that time that a king who has such a great opulence, still he is crying. Okay, and crying for whom? For some persons who are not present there. So Rukmani Devi was very tense that, and also a bit jealous that why Krishna is calling these people, right? We are all here. Krishna, you know that Krishna had 16,108 wives in Dwarka. So there are lots of wives for Krishna, and they used to serve them, and with a very great like opulent, in a very opulent way they used to serve Krishna. There was no scarcity in the service of Krishna, right? So used to serve Krishna very well. Okay, then Rukmani Devi had this query that we are doing a lot for Krishna, we are serving him in a very best way, in the very best way, but still why Krishna is not satisfied with our service? Okay, okay, we are here as his wife, still he is not satisfied with us. Why is calling these Radha Rani, gopis? Who are these? Okay. So she asked one day Krishna, Krishna, whom do you call in when you are in the sleep? Okay. So he was very reluctant to tell that I don't want to tell you. Okay. So I'm about to go to my um Sabha, which is called the palace that I have to serve the justice. So I have some various works in the kingdom's palace. So I am not able to tell you right now. I'll tell you later on. Krishna postponed that. I'll tell you later on. Okay. So Krishna was just avoiding that. Okay. He didn't want to tell that who are they, who are the Vrindavan Vasis, okay, who are the persons of Vrindavan. Still, Rukmani Devi was very stubborn. Okay, she told Krishna, "You have to tell me right now whom do you call in the middle of the street?" Then Krishna said, "Okay, if you want to know now, you want to know, go to Rohini Devi. Who is Rohini Devi now? Balaramji's mother. Okay, the Balaramji you have seen, na? So he is elder brother of Krishna. He used to live in Dwarka only. So he said, you have to go to Balaramji's mother, Rohini Devi. Okay, so now you might have this question that Krishna and Balaram are brothers, right? How does this happen that Krishna's mother is Yashoda and Devaki and Balaram mother is Rohini? And how come they became brothers? Because they have one father only. Okay, they are born to one father who is Vasudevji, and because at that time a king used to have multiple king queens, right? So Vasudev, he is Vasudevji's son only, but they are stepsons, we can say, but not actually the stepsons because he was born from the womb of Rohini Devi, but he was actually the son of Devaki Mata. So that's a different story. You just understand that they are brothers only. Okay, okay, got it? Am I not confusing you, right? It is clear
No.
till now, right? Okay. So now what happens? Krishna told, if you want to know, na, go to Rohini Devi. Okay, Rukmani is sent to Rohini Devi. Okay, because Rohini Devi is the one person who was living in Vrindavan at that time. We were living. Okay, then we moved to Dwarka, and she came along with us. So she will be the best person to tell you who these Vrindavan people are. Okay, so then Rukmini Mata approached Rohini Mata. Okay, and Krishna went to his the palace. Okay, so when Rukmini Devi approached Rohini Mata, she didn't go alone. She called all the 16,107 rest 100 was 16,107 queens of Krishna, and told them, today we are going to learn whom Krishna calls in the middle of the sleep, and why Krishna is not satisfied with our service, why these people are more important to Krishna than us. Okay, we got to know today. Okay, so they all surrounded Rohini Mata and asked that who are these Vrindavan people Krishna calls in the middle of the sleep, and do they know anything, they do some black magic on Krishna, right? So Krishna always used to chant their name only. If Krishna doesn't pay attention to us, we are dressed in beautiful ornaments and beautiful clothes, but still Krishna is not looking at us. He's remembering only those persons. Tell us who they are, why they are so much important in Krishna's life. Okay, so that's how she asked. Okay, then Rohini Mata told, okay, I'll tell you who they are. I'll go into the story of Vrindavan, but mind one thing, that Krishna and Balaram should not hear of this story of Vrindavan, which I am going to tell you. Okay, so we have to take care of this thing, because if I'll speak about Vrindavan glories, then if by chance Krishna and Balaram would hear these glories, na, they'll start remembering their past, and once they remember their past, they'll be very emotional, and it may be a chance they will come into the mode of ecstasy, and if they move to the mode of ecstasy, maybe there are chances that they'll leave the Dwarka city and they'll move to Vrindavan, leaving all of you behind. Okay, so if you want that Krishna leaves all of you, then I can't do anything. I'll explain the story. So Rukmani Devi and all the queens were very afraid that Krishna should not go to Vrindavan. Okay, so they were thinking that something is to be done, so that Krishna and Balaram don't move to Vrindavan. Okay, so they prepared, they think about it, that how Krishna and Balaram should be stopped before, if we are like Rohini Mata is going to narrate the story, how we can stop Krishna and Balaram from entering this room. Okay, so if some say guard is kept outside the room, then if Krishna and Balaram would come, they'll order the guard that I have to go inside. The guard can't resist, right? Because the king order is the superior one. Okay, and if Krishna commands, then the guard has to follow, right? So the guard will not safeguard the room, the talk which is happening, right? So whom should we keep as a guard? The ordinary guard won't serve the purpose, right? So they think that whom should be kept outside to guard, safeguard this thing. So whom they decided? They decided Subhadra. You have seen the picture of Subhadra. Subhadra is the sister. If sister will be asking the brother that you don't have to come inside. I am saying you this, that you can't come inside. Okay, so the brother has to follow that. Okay, because sister is requesting, sister is commanding, because brothers love their sister, right? And sister is the only person whom maybe the brother would listen. Okay, and Subhadra was very dear to Krishna and Balaram, so they were like, okay, the Rohini Mata and Rukmani Devi and all the queens were like, okay, Subhadra will be the best person to safeguard the secret, okay, and to safeguard the room, and she will not let Krishna Balaram enter. Okay, so Subhadra was kept as the guard of the room, and the door of the room were closed. Okay, now Rohini Devi started explaining the story of Vrindavan, and at the moment when Rohini Devi started explaining the story of Vrindavan, na, so Krishna, out of ecstasy, got to know that somebody is reciting like glories of Vrindavan. Okay, so he rushed from his palace and moved towards this room. Okay, in a hurry, that I also want to hear what is happening. Who is naming Radha Rani? Who is naming about Vrindavan? Okay, he wanted to hear. Okay, so when he was coming from his palace, he stood at the door, and he asked Subhadra, "What are you doing?" He came with Balaramji. He said, "What are you doing?" So Subhadra Maharani also wanted to know that they all went inside, all the queens and everyone went inside, and I have been kept as a guard here. I also want to hear what secret talk is happening inside. Okay, so what she did, she tried to peep inside the door. Okay, and she put her ear on the door and wanted and tried to listen. What is happening inside? I also want to hear. What are they talking about? Okay, so they started like she started to hear, like trying to hear like this. Okay, then Krishna Balaram also entered. Okay, so they asked, Subhadra, what are you doing? Subhadra said, Shh, let me hear what is happening inside. Okay, so her job was to stop Krishna Balaram to hear the glories, right? So, but herself was so much engaged in hearing the glories that she forgot that I have to stop Krishna Balaram from hearing the glories. And she said, Stop, 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 please, please let me hear. Okay, so she was hearing, and Krishna Balaram also came aside beside her and also started hearing what is happening inside. Okay, so this is how all three of them started hearing. Okay, so when they were hearing the glories of Vrindavan, they remembered everything that we have left our only home at the age of 11. Like our only love was Radha, like Krishna was experiencing this thing that my only love was Radha Rani and gopis. And also, I'm missing my mother, Mata Yashoda, Nand Baba. Oh, my friends of Vrindavan, I'm missing them. And slowly, 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 when somebody is in so much of ecstasy, na, and so much, when somebody is very amazed, what does happen? Their eyes like broadens up. Like if I say you, there is a tiger right behind you. Okay, you will see like this. Oh, and if you see the tiger, your eyes will like grow bigger, right? Like this. Okay, so he is the Lord. So his eyes grew a much bigger in size than us. Okay, so when somebody is in ecstasy and they experience goosebumps, what does happen? That their body shivers. Okay, their body got like this. They are not able to move. So this is how. What was the condition of Krishna and Balaram and Subhadra when they heard about the glories of Vrindavan? They remember their memories. Remember the time which they have spent in Vrindavan, and they assumed this form, like huge wide eyes, and their body started contracting like this in the mood of ecstasy. Their feet also started contracting, and their like hands are like this, na. But when they were in ecstasy, their hands were like shivering like this, and this is how they got assumed in this particular form. And you can see in the picture also now. Like, let me show you the picture again. Okay, so you can see the picture. There you can see the hands. Now you can see the hands. Their hands contracted like this. Okay, and their eyes widen up. And then what happened? They were smiling with a wide smile. They were hearing the glories, their memories of Vrindavan. Like their smile expanded like anything, like this. And this is how this form of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra appeared. Okay, so this form, and Krishna assumed his own color. Okay, Baladev was very, very charming, and like he had the white complexion, so he assumed that form. And Subhadra has a bit of goldenish color. Okay, like a molten gold. Okay, so that's how she assumed that form. Okay, and Subhadra Maharani was in so much ecstasy that her arm disappeared only. Okay, so in the picture you can see that Subhadra Maharani doesn't have any arm. Okay, and feet also, all the deities, for three of them there are no feet because the feet almost disappear. So this is the highest form of ecstasy. We can't replicate it, okay, because we are not Supreme Lord, right? So, but with the Lord, this happened. And when Narad Muni was passing above, we have heard Narad Muni in Dhruv Maharaj story, right? And Prahlad Maharaj story also. So when Narad Muni was passing, he was amazed seeing the form. He said, I have seen, I have got a jackpot that I have seen this beautiful form of the Lord, and only I was able to see this form because nobody was around. Okay, so when Narad Muni saw this form of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, no? So he was so much happy that, oh Lord, you are looking so beautiful. And then when Krishna saw that, oh Narad Muni has seen this form. This is a very secret form which I don't exhibit more oftenly. Okay. Then Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra came to their original form. Okay. He said, no, 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 please don't tell this form to anybody else. Okay. If what do you want? Please tell us. Okay. If you want anything, I'll give you. Okay. But please don't tell this form to anybody. Okay. This is a very secret form. Okay, so Narad Muni said, okay, I'll not tell this form to anyone, but as you have asked me that you will give me a benediction, I want this benediction that I can't tell this form to anybody else, but I want you to show this form to the whole world. Okay, so what Krishna was trying to hide, Narad Muni asked it that I want that the whole world sees this form. Okay, so this is how Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra appeared in this particular form, and now this form is known to the whole world. Okay, so this form of Krishna appeared in Dwarka, right? But it is worshipped in Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri is one of the four dhams, four holy pilgrimage. Okay, in India there are many pilgrimages, right? But still, out of all the pilgrimage, there are main four pilgrimages. Okay, so out of which is Jagannath Puri, and this form is worshipped in Jagannath Puri. So once there was a king. Now I'm telling you, narrating you the second story. Okay, once there was a king named Indradyumna. Okay, so he wanted to have darshans of Bhagavan. Okay, so one day a huge log of wood came to his kingdom, and it was told in a he was given a benediction that this form, this log, you have to construct this wooden log into beautiful deities and install them. Okay, so he asked, a carpenter, a divine carpenter appeared, and he carved all these three deities. Okay, and when these deities were to be carved, he put one condition that when I'll be carving these deities from a wooden log, so what all you have to do is I will close the door for 21 days and nobody is going to disturb me while I am constructing the deities. Okay, so king agreed that okay, you want to take your time. Okay, I'll close the door. You can keep the wooden log inside. You can carve the deities, and after 21 days, we'll open the door. Okay, so this is how it was decided. Okay, and the old brahmana and the old, if you can say, carpenter also said that I don't want any food, etc. Okay, please let me do my work first. Okay, and if you'll open the door before 21 days, I'll disappear, I'll go, and I won't make this deities, and I'll leave these deities incomplete. Okay, so this was the condition set by the carpenter. Okay, so the doors were closed. Okay, and all this scene was happening, like all this construction work was happening at the palace of king's wife. Okay, at the palace of king's wife, and king also constructed a beautiful temple 3 kilometers away from his own temple, or like his own kingdom. Okay, so at the particular place at which the deities were constructed, that was Gundicha temple, the palace of the queen Gundicha. Okay, Gundicha was who? The wife of the king Indradyumna. Okay, and Indradyumna constructed a beautiful temple for the lords, that after they get carved, we will shift these deities to their temple, dedicated temple. The temple is known as Sri Mandir. Okay, that is 3 kilometers away from the place where they are going to get constructed. This is till now we have covered. Yes, Myra has a query. Yes, please, Myra, ask.
It's not really about the story, but I'm not able to turn my camera on. I think the host turned it off.
Oh, let me try once, giving you the permission. Can you turn your video on now?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Agastyan.
You said that whenever whenever Krishna hears this glories about that place, he will start thinking about them and going back. But when he heard them, he just took that form, and there is no such thing as that he was coming back and staying there.
Right, right. So he didn't went to Vrindavan at that particular moment, but this pastime do happen. He went to Vrindavan. Okay, so it happened, but in a different way. That is a different story. If I'm going to narrate that story to you, it will take a lot of time. So I'm telling you another story that is much more important and famous. Okay, so that is more related to Rath Yatra, so that's why I'm telling you. Okay, so there are many pastimes: Dwarka pastime, Jagannath Puri pastime, Kurukshetra pastime. All are related to this Jagannath ji only. We have a huge volume of books of Jagannath stories only, and there are so much of like fun and beautiful these stories are, that if you will hear one story, you will say me that I want to hear one more story. Okay, in India we celebrate this whole month for Jagannath. Okay, we keep a Jagannath series in which all the stories of Jagannath ji are covered, but still, we have like short time. We are just keeping this one session. So let's get back to the Puri story, Jagannath Puri story. So now it was decided that the door of the room will be closed. Okay, and the carpenter will construct the deities. Okay, so the day one started. Okay, there was a sound coming, that the like thuk thuk thuk, like all the tools were breaking, like trying to carve the wooden log. Okay, so all the sound was coming outside, and king was assured that okay, the deities are being made. Okay, second day went, third day went, and this is how 14 days went. Okay, but at the very start of 14th day, the sound stopped coming. Okay, so everyone was very tense that the carpenter hasn't eaten anything for 14 days. Okay, maybe he has died. Okay, out of hunger. Okay, but he gave a condition that nobody is going to open the door till 21 days, right? So the king was like, we'll open the door only on the 21st day. Let's see what will happen. Okay, but you, as you know, na, the queens are, or the females are very emotional ones. They can't see anybody's pain. The boys are a bit of analytic, they have analytical brain. Okay, they consider these things, but the females are a bit emotional, bit toward emotional, like emotional mood. Okay, so the Gundicha Devi, the wife of King Indradyumna, said, "No, no, no, no! Open this door. Maybe the Brahman felt inconscious. The carpenter felt unconscious because of hunger. Okay, let's open the door. We'll feed him something, and then he'll continue his work." But the ministers of the king said, "No, no, no, no." He told us that for 21 days we need not to happen, we need not to open the door, right? We can't do this because he has asked for it way before constructing the deities. So the Raja was very much confused. Whom should I follow? Ministers are saying we should not open, and my wife is saying we should open. So wife said a more stronger point. She said, "You are going to get blessings from the Lord, right? But what if the Brahman in India, if somebody is Brahman, so if a Brahman dies because of you, it is considered as a huge sin." Okay, so she said, "We'll get a huge sin if the Brahman dies. So let's open the door. I don't want to incur the sin of getting a Brahman to be died." Okay, so she pleaded the king, and king followed her words, and then they opened the door. And as the carpenter said that I won't construct the deities any longer if you open the door, right? I'll disappear. So the same thing happened. When they opened the door, the carpenter disappeared, and the deities which were there were like of different form. Okay, so Raja Indradyumna, the king Indradyumna, wanted very beautiful deities of Krishna, right? But what the carpenter made of the wooden log was three deities, okay, three murtis, three idols, and they were incomplete. They have different kind of face, and they have incomplete hands, and they didn't have feet. Okay, so he was very confused and started lamenting, "Oh Lord, you don't want to come to me. Okay, you don't want to appear in my kingdom. You don't want to give me the darshans. Oh Krishna, what fault I have committed? What sin I have committed that you are not appearing in front of me?" He started lamenting. But then who came? Narad Muni came. He said, "No, no, 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 king, don't lament. The form you are seeing now, he is Jagannath. The right one is Jagannath. The center one is Subhadra, their sister, and the left one is Baladev. The deities are not incomplete. This is the form which they have shown in Dwarka, and I am only the person who witnessed this form. And Krishna gave me this benediction that soon he will appear in this form, and the whole world will be able to see this form now. So this form appeared in Dwarka secretly, but in Puri, in Jagannath Puri, Krishna appeared in this form all by himself, and this is how, as the king was very popular, and king built a huge temple for Lord Jagannath, for Lord Krishna. So, and he started worshipping there. So lots of people used to come, take the mercy of the Lord, and that's how these Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra deities were installed. And now you got to know that these deities, these form appeared in Dwarka, but how it traveled to Jagannath Puri, they are both at different place in India. Like Dwarka is at west, uh, okay, Dwarka is at west, and Dwarka is at east. Okay, Dwarka is at east. Yes, Dwarka is at east, and Jagannath Puri is at west, completely different, okay, in direction. So the form of Krishna appeared in Dwarka, but how it traveled in Puri by the wish of Krishna himself. Okay, so when this form appeared, no, so Krishna, the Jagannath asked the Lord Indradyumna, I'm very happy with your service. Please ask for three benedictions. Okay, so King Indradyumna asked for one benediction that, okay, I want that you will become the eating Lord. Okay, I want you to become the eating lord. Like, I want that you keep on eating the whole day. I want to offer you a lot of bhogas, and I want to you to eat the whole day. Okay, so you can see Jagannath is like very, very fat. Okay, because he keeps on eating every day, every day, every day, and with a lot of food. Okay, every time he is eating. In the Jagannath temple, there is a ritual that from the morning to the night, he'll be fed with lots of bhogas. Okay, one bhoga will come, one bhoga will come in, one bhoga will come out, one bhoga will come in, one bhoga will come out. And this, if you visit India, no, please don't miss to visit Jagannath Puri. When you will come here, no, you will see that the tradition is going on at from the time of Indradyumna Raja. Yes, Ryan.
I visited it last year.
Oh, great. So you remember the form, the DT, they are huge, right? They're very
Yeah,
huge.
but somehow I think they wouldn't let anyone get close except for me for some reason.
Oh, because you're a kid, na?
I went inside the entire thing. I was close.
Oh, great. That's Krishna's mercy only. Okay, that you will be able to go that close. Okay, so that bhoga which is offered to Krishna every day is known as Mahaprasad. I hope, Rayan, you didn't miss the Mahaprasad of Jagannath temple. You have had it? Yes? Okay, because the place is known for its Mahaprasad. There is a huge bazaar, huge market where Lord Jagannath Mahaprasad is being like sold to everyone. Like everyone have this Mahaprasad. Okay, so this was the first benediction. Second benediction was King Indradyumna asked that the Lord, I want that you will give your darshans the whole day. Okay, I don't want you to rest. Please, your this form is very merciful. That I want that all the like souls of this world, of this universe, should take your darshan. And for not a single second, I want your temple to get closed. Okay, Krishna said, okay, done. Okay, so at this time also, Krishna, like the temple like opens for 21 hours. Okay, and for the rest 3 hours, the temple is closed, but the darshan aren't closed. Okay, at that time, it is said that the Devi Devtas, the demigods, came to take the darshans of the deities. For 21 hours, the darshan are open for all of us, the souls of this like material world. Okay, and for the 3 hours, the darshans are open for the demigods. They come, they offer their obeisances to Krishna, okay, to Jagannath, and that's how this benediction also gets fulfilled. Okay, so the third benediction is very serious one. Okay, so Indradyumna Maharaj asked that king, I want what I want. So the Lord, I want that I don't have any son. I don't want to have any son, any child. Okay, please give me this benediction. Okay, so how come a person asks that I don't want any child? Please don't give me. Please don't bless me with any child. Because children are very nice, right? Very cute. Everybody wants children. Why does Indradyumna Maharaja is asking for not having children? Okay, the reason was that Indradyumna Maharaja wanted that this temple of Lord Jagannath should not become a property of a family. Okay, that if I pass away, King Indradyumna said that if I pass away and soon on later my generation or my like granddaughter or grandson will claim that this temple is our family's temple, our great grandfather built it, and I won't. They'll make different rules and they'll not let anybody take darshans of Jagannath. That will be a huge problem, right? Because Jagannath is the Lord of universe. Everybody has this right to take darshans of the Jagannath deities, right? So King Indradyumna, that's why I wanted that. I don't want to have any son. I just want that all the devotees of the Lord should serve you. Okay, should serve this temple. Okay, that's how everyone will be able to get darshans of the deities because nobody will have personal claim on this temple. Okay, that's how he asked that I don't want any child. Okay, so Jagannath was okay to give this benediction also, but the queen started crying. For the first two benedictions, queen was happy that okay, you eat, you want like you will be eating whole day. Okay, you'll be giving the darshans whole day. Okay, but how come a woman bear this pain that she'll not have a child? She started crying. Oh no, no! What has king asked for? That I'll not be a mother like in this lifetime. Okay, this is not right. I want to become a mother. Okay, so when she was very sad and like crying, so Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra together asked her, Mother, queen, why are you crying? She said, what have the king asked to all of you that I don't beget any son? Okay, so any son or any child. I'm very sad. I want to be also a mother. Okay, so the deity said, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra said, they were talking. The deities are not like that they are just idols and they don't talk. They talk also. If you will see Jagannath, if you want to talk, they'll talk. They will reciprocate you. Just you have to have the emotion, okay, the connection with the Lord, okay. The deities also talk. And when Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra appeared, they asked like the queen that just a small thing that you want to have children. We are your children. Accept us as your children. Problem solved. Okay. She said, they okay, you are saying that you will be our children, but it is not by name only, na. You will say that I'll be your children, and this is not how a children is, right? You will stay in your Shri Mandir, your temple, and I'll stay in Gundicha Mandir, my temple. How come we are mother and how come I am a mother and how come you will be a children? You will live in another temple, okay? Children live with their mother, no? Okay, so she asked this desire, okay, asked about this. So the deity said, okay, just that. Okay, once in a year, we'll sit on a rath, we'll sit on a cart, and we'll move a procession from our temple to your temple. Okay, and this will be known as Rath Yatra. And this is how every year Rath Yatra is being celebrated. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities are placed on a rath and they are moved towards the Gundicha temple. And in Gundicha temple, their mother's temple, they stay. Okay, and they went back again to their Shri Mandir. So this is how this 10-day festival is celebrated. Okay, so from this story, what we can learn is that Krishna doesn't only say things, okay, he actually means it. If he said that I consider you as my mother, he also proved it by coming every year to her home also. Okay, to live with her because she wanted to feed her little children. Okay, so that's how he fulfilled her wish. And from that time, from Satyuga to till now, this tradition is being taken place. And the Rath Yatra, if I'll tell you, there are 3 million people in the Rath Yatra. 3 million people in the Rath Yatra. And the Rath are not driven by any horse or anything. The chariot is being tied with rope. Okay, ropes at both the sides, and the chariot is being pulled from Shri Mandir to Gundicha temple by the devotees of the Lord, nor by any motor, nor by any, neither by any motor or nor by any horses, anything. Okay, the chariot is being pulled by the love of their devotees. Okay, from Sri Mandir to Gundicha temple. So this is how this huge procession takes place. And do you know when is the Rath Yatra this year? Do you know this thing? It is on 27th of June, just like a day after tomorrow. Okay, so we are going to celebrate it. Are you? Will you celebrate it with us? Will you celebrate? Okay, so we'll share you the link. Okay, you can see the whole Rath Yatra. There is a huge crowd of devotees, and they are like first. Where what happened that Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, there are huge deities, and they are not carried by any like chariot from the temple. The devotees themselves carry the deities and then place them on the chariot. So the Krishna comes swayingly like this, like he comes swaying, and sometimes he falls on the like devotees, sometimes like this, and he comes like dancing. Okay, first Balabhadra come, then Subhadra comes, then Jagannath comes. They all be seated on the three chariots. They have different chariots. They all get seated, and then the king of Jagannath Puri, the current king of Jagannath Puri, comes and he sweeps the road with golden broom. And when he sweeps the road with golden broom, no, and then he offers the aarti and all, then the procession begins towards the Gundicha temple. This is how Rath Yatra takes place. Okay, so this is how the Jagannath deities appear. Now I have told you also the story how Rath Yatra started. Okay, is it clear till now how Rath Yatra started?
Yes.
Okay. How deities appeared? You know the story now? Okay. Okay. So, how come this Rath Yatra traveled throughout the world? Now I'm going to tell this to you. Okay, we will end this session at 6, I don't know what's the time there. Okay, but in 15 minutes, in next 15 minutes, we'll end the session. Okay, so, how the Rath Yatras got started in the whole world now? Earlier, at earlier time, around 100 years ago, the Rath Yatra used to happen just in the Jagannath Puri area only, in the Jagannath Puri premises only. All the people from the whole world used to gather at Jagannath Puri and join this Rath Yatra. But
Okay.
like in 1965,
People
somebody's mic is on. Please mute. Yes, Vishwat, can you please mute? Okay, thank you. Okay, so yes. So earlier there was a time that the Rath Yatra used to happen in Jagannath Puri only. But in 1965, a saint, an acharya, a saint from India traveled to New York. Traveled to New York, and with the strength, like he had this order that his guru told him that I want you to preach Krishna's name. Tell the people of the Western world that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Ask them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I want you, oh my disciple, I want you to propagate Krishna's name in the whole world. Okay, and I want you to preach in English because like in India, Hindi was the most common language. Okay, so people were used to it. But if we want to propagate anything, if we want to preach anything in the whole world, the medium should be English, right? Because English is widely accepted in the whole world, right? So his guru, his master, spiritual master, asked him that I want you to preach in the whole world and majorly in the Western countries. Okay, so with the orders of a spiritual master, this saint was not very young. He was 60 years of age. When somebody is very old, he won't be able to move much, right? But still, he the saint went to the Western world, and how he went? He went uh, ship, in a ship that used to carry like goods from India to America. Okay, so the saint was not like having much facility. Still, he accepted that my spiritual master has told me to go to the Western world. I have to go in anyway. So he went to America. Okay, so when he first landed, na, he first landed in America. He landed to the city of New York. Okay, when he came to New York, he see that people are very busy in their lives. They have no time to remember God. And I have come from all the way from India, and they don't know about Krishna. Okay, so how I'm able to tell them that who is Krishna? We have to chant his name. What is the message of Bhagavad Gita? How I'm supposed to do this? But still, he prayed from Krishna that Krishna, you are my only strength. If you want your name to get preached in the whole world, you will give me strength, you will give me clues how I can do it, and I am only here to carry forward the orders of my spiritual master. So he was very dedicated. The saint was very dedicated. Okay, so he started a small, like he took a small room there and he started Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam classes there. Okay, so slowly, all the Americans started coming in those sessions and all. Okay, so it was the time of 1965 year. Okay, okay, around 75 years from now, maybe. है ना? So way before 75 years, right? So then this person started preaching and the preaching grew. Okay, the people started getting attracted to Krishna. They started following Krishna's message. They started reading Bhagavad Gita. They also started reading they started learning Sanskrit also, and this is how the preaching expanded and expanded to a much higher level than he was expecting. Okay, so slowly he had some disciples. So he sent some disciple to London to preach. That's how this preaching grew. Then he sent some disciples to Canada also to preach, and that's how this all preaching grew up. So, do you want to know who was this saint? Do you want to know? So, let me show you a picture of this saint. Okay. After showing this, I am going to explain you a very cute story. So, are you able to see the picture? Yes, na? So this was the same. His name is A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So you can call him Srila Prabhupada also, or you can call him only Prabhupada. Repeat after me. Who he is? Prabhupada. This name is very important. Who he is? Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Okay, we'll send his picture also. So he is the one who gave us Hare Krishna Mahamantra to chant. The mantra was very much in the scripture, but he was the one to propagate it to the whole world. He was the one to preach it. Okay, and he made it very famous. Okay, that we all have to chant this mantra. Okay, it was there in the scriptures, but not very much famous. Okay, so that's how the preaching began. And one day there was his disciple, female disciple. Now I'm going to tell you a very cute story now. Okay, so he had a disciple. Okay, her name was Malti. Okay, and her husband name was Shama Sundara. Okay, so his disciple was Malati and her husband was Shama Sundara. One day, Malati, we call two females, we call Mataji. Okay, Mataji means mother Malati. Okay, this is a good, very nice greeting. Okay, so one day, Malti Mataji, or we can say Malti, went to a store, and that store was basically a store where ancient Indian antique things are being sold. Okay, so she went to that store, and let me tell you, she was a not an Indian devotee. Okay, she was not an Indian disciple of Srila Prabhupada. She was a foreigner only. Okay, she was a resident of New York only. Okay, uh, she was a resident of New York only. Okay, so she went to a store where all the antique things were being sold. Okay, so when she went to that store, no, so she saw a beautiful doll out there. Okay, so she like stole that doll and she like she used to buy many things from there, but that was a small doll. She wanted that I also, like, let's take this also. She like stole that doll also, and she get the billing done, and she went to Srila Prabhupada now. Okay, so when she used to get meet her spiritual master, no, she used to tell everything that from morning to night what she have done in the day. Okay, the whole day. So she was showing all the things she has bought from that store to Prabhupada. Okay, so she was saying that Srila Prabhupada, I have bought this, I have bought this, I have bought this, and this is how she showed the doll to Prabhupada, that I have got this also. Okay, so Prabhupada, when he saw that doll, what he did? What he did? He was amazed, and he offered obeisances to that doll. Okay, and he lie down and offered Dandvat Pranam. I know you are familiar with Dandvat Pranam. We have covered in the Sadachar Samskar devotional class, right? He lied straight down on the on his stomach, and then he offered obeisances, and then he soon got up and he said, "Oh, Malti, where have you got this DTs?" Like he was saying that where have you got these DTs? Malti said, DTs? I don't know about any DT. I got this doll. Okay, she was not familiar what it is. Okay, she thought that this is a cute doll. You can see Jagannath picture also. Like he looks like a doll, right? Cute doll with wide eyes. Like he looks like an imaginary DT, right? Not a very like he doesn't have human eyes. Like he has a very different form, no? So she was not able to recognize. She was familiar with Krishna, but she didn't knew that this is also Krishna only. So she said, I don't know about anything. This is the doll I got in the antique store. So Prabhupada said, have you bought this alone? Okay. She said, yes. So Prabhupada said, please go and check again that there will be two dolls also along with this. Okay, one white one and one yellow one. Go back and get those two dolls also. So how she'll be able to tell that I have stolen these dolls? Okay, Vihana, you fall asleep? Please wake up. Okay, so then she went to that store and she found those two dolls also, the white one and that yellow one. Who were they? Now tell me, who were they? Who was the white one?
Balaram was the
Yes,
white
Rihanna.
one.
Yes. Okay, yes,
Balaram was
Vihana.
the
Who was the yellow one?
I forgot her name.
Subhadra.
But
Huh. So the black one was Krishna. He was very attractive. That's why Malti Mata took him first. Okay. Then she went to that store again. Then she bought the other two DT. And then Srila Prabhupada was in ecstasy. He said that, oh Lord, you came all the way from India and then to me, I got your plans now. You want to get installed here? You want to stay in this Western world also? Okay, my lord, I will install you here. So the DTs which Malti Mata bought from the antique store, na, Srila Prabhupada installed these deities in New York. Okay, so and he started worshipping these deities. That's how Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, with their own wish. Okay, nobody was like planned, like nobody bring them from India, no. So he came out of his wish only that he wanted to get installed in Western world. That's why he came all the way himself to Srila Prabhupada, giving a sign that I want to be here. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada installed these deities and used to worship them, and then afterward, more people started attracting to that Lord because Jagannath is very attractive. Okay, so that's how this happened in 1965. And another year, then I don't know what's the distance between New York and San Francisco, but after two years later, 1967 was the time when Srila Prabhupada said that, okay, now what we'll do, we'll, like in India in Jagannath Puri, there is a huge procession of chariots, right? In which Jagannath Baldev Subhadra be seated and the chariot moves and all the devotees feel good and they enjoy a lot, right? So we will also replicate that procession here in San Francisco. That's how the first Rath Yatra in the Western world started. Okay, so this is how the Rath Yatra came to from all the way from India, from Jagannath Puri to San Francisco. And after that, it got started in London, it got started in Canada. And now, if I am going to tell you that in India also, earlier it was in Jagannath Puri only, no? But in India now onward, that the Rath Yatra procession is being taken place at many cities, okay, many nearby cities, okay. And each temple has Jagannath deities. Each ISKCON temple, if you have visited in all your country, in all your area, maybe wherever you are living, there will be a ISKCON temple. Okay, so there are Jagannath deities. Okay, so this is how Rath Yatra started. And let me tell you, in the whole world now, when Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra takes place in Jagannath Puri, no, at the same time, in the whole world, in the 10,000 cities, 10,000 cities, the Rath Yatra takes place. Okay, whether it is America, whether it is Canada, even Pakistan, Islamic countries also, in Dubai also, okay, in Bangladesh also. So Rath Yatra takes place. And by whom? Like by the mercy of Krishna only, Krishna himself. He gave this strength to Srila Prabhupada, that old man, and he was able to preach Krishna's name everywhere throughout the world. Okay, so okay, so let me tell you one more thing. Because Jagannath, who is Jagannath? He is the merciful Lord. Why he is called merciful Lord? He gives darshan to everyone because he is the Lord of the universe. Okay, he is the property of the whole living beings, right? Everyone can have his darshan. But in Jagannath Puri, there is a rule that only Hindus are allowed to enter that temple. Foreigners are not allowed. Christians are not allowed. Islamics, like Muslims, are not allowed inside the temple. Why? Because India has faced so many attacks from Britishers, and if you know the Indian history, that we have faced a lot of attacks from Britishers and Muslims and all. So that's why there is a ban on the entry on Muslims and Christians, and anyone who is out of like the religion of Hinduism. So, but as you know, that Srila Prabhupada's disciple, all of them were foreigners. Till now, there are many foreigner disciples, Western, like people from Western countries. Christians also converted to Hinduism. So, when they went to Jagannath Puri, they were very sad that they are not still they are very great devotees, still they are not permitted to enter the temple because of the rules. And the rules are also correct because at previous time the temple has faced a lot of attacks. Okay, so the foreigners are not allowed. Then they were like very sad that we are not able to get darshans of the Jagannath. So Srila Prabhupada this way gave Jagannath to the whole world, that because he is a merciful Lord, no, so the mercy should be like showered to everyone, to each and every soul. That's how Srila Prabhupada started Rath Yatra in the whole world, so that everyone could have their darshan. Also, as nobody can enter the Jagannath temple if he is not Hindu, still Jagannath is very merciful, na? So to give the darshans to his disciples, his devotees, he comes out of the temple. Okay, every year, that if you can't come to the temple, I will come out for you. I will come out to give you the darshan. And this is the only time all the foreigners, all the Muslims, all the Christians who want to have darshans of Jagannath, no? So they come to Jagannath Puri and take Jagannath's darshans when he is seated on the Rath. So Lord Jagannath doesn't make anyone deprived of his mercy. Okay, he arranged everything for his devotees because his devotees are very, very dear to him. Okay, so this is how Rath Yatra started in Jagannath Puri, and then it traveled through the whole world. And in all your nearby ISKCON temples also, please connect with them. There will be Rath Yatra in your city also, where you live, and try to attend that Rath Yatra and have the darshans of merciful Lord, the Lord of Universe. Okay, will you go to Rath Yatra now? Vishnu, where do you live? In which city?
Ohio.
Okay. Ryan, where do you live?
New Jersey.
Okay. So New Jersey, I guess it has Rath Yatra. Okay. So please try to connect with your nearby ISKCON temple and you will get to know what are the exact dates for Rath Yatra and you can join that. Okay. Yes, Vasudev, where do you live? Yes, Vasudev. Where? Pardon?
Nanaimo.
Okay. Yes, Rihanna?
I live in Ohio.
Okay. Yes, Janvi?
I live in California.
Okay. So California has a huge Rath Yatra. Please go. Okay. Please go and attend that Rath Yatra. Okay. Yes, Agastyan?
I live in Texas.
Okay. So Texas also has huge Rath Yatra. Dallas also has a temple. Please try to visit that. Okay. Yes, Jia, where do you live?
I live in North Carolina.
Okay. Yes, Shreyan?
Sorry, Shreyan just left actually, Mataji. But Shreyan is from Minnesota and we have Rath Yatra this Sunday and we are, Krishna willing, will be going there.
Great. Great,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Ramya. Ramya is mother's name, right? Yes. Please tell where do you live?
I live in Massachusetts.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not much familiar with many places out here, but you can connect with the your nearby Iskon temple and you can attend that Rath Yatra. And please do share the pictures. Okay. That yes, we have attended the Rath Yatra. Okay. So do you want to end this session with a nice video of Rath Yatra? Okay. So let me show you.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Okay, so this is a video from New York City. Okay, so now I'm going to show you one more video that is from San Francisco. Just a minute. Okay, I know we are late. Still, we'll enjoy Jagannath's mercy just for some time. So this is how the Raths were made in the San Francisco city. Okay, so this is how Lord Jagannath conquered the Western world, subsequently the whole world. The Lord of the universe is arriving in a day or two. Please don't miss a chance to have his merciful glance. Okay? And don't forget to have Mahaprasad if you visit. Okay? So thank you so much for joining. Jai Jagannath.
Hey.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you. It was a very lengthy session. Still, you were there. Thank you.